All right, and it says that we are live. How's it going? How's it going, Spicy?
It's going good. Just cleaning my pistol.
Oh my gosh, which pistol are you cleaning? Just so we can trigger some of the audience.
It's a High Point C9.
Oh, how dare you! How dare you mention that brand?
It's not the brand that matters, it's the operator.
I completely agree. I completely agree. So let's just jump right into it. We have a Georgia situation where they're essentially repeating the same playbook that they did in the November elections. Have you been following this at all?
I've been trying to between school and cleaning this pistol, but give me a rundown. What happened? Is there a jump just like the election?
Oh, not only are there jumps, there's been live footage of them deleting 5,000 from one of the Republican candidates. There have
No.
been there have been convenient shutdowns of Republican strongholds, like like power outages and whatnot. It's insane, my dude. It is insane.
Oh my God. Oh Jesus.
Yeah, it's almost exactly like play by play. It's the same kind of bullshit you would expect from, you know, the Democrats in the current year. Like not even the decade, the current year, the same playbook being played out in almost the exact same fashion. By the way, they've also done, and I was just reading on this. All you have to do is type in Georgia on your. This is on Facebook. Okay, so go to Facebook, and if you're on the fascist book, just type in Georgia and Dominion machines, and
Uh
it,
huh.
it'll auto pop up for you. Dozens of people sharing stories about how they have shown during this Georgia runoff how you can connect to the internet on these machines and alter results in live time on these machines during the election.
Oh Christ.
Yeah. So Trump has all the evidence he needs. Like it was just like, and then you have this phone call where um, they're trying to make Trump look like a bully. They're trying to make like you find these votes when in actuality he's putting the governor on notice saying, you know, you can't use these machines, that they're faulty, right? You know what you're doing is illegal if they do X, Y, and Z, or X, Y, and Z. And sorry, I listen to British politics too much.
It's
And
okay.
anyways, and so sure enough, on the day of the election, they're able to go through and prove that Trump was right, and you can do all of these things on these Dominion machines in Georgia tonight.
So wait,
And
hang on. Back that up a little bit. So it's already concrete that you can do all this shit as it stands right now.
yes,
Oh, oh man.
yeah, it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild, and you would have thought that maybe they wouldn't have been this stupid. That and I'm hearing from Romney apologists. Oh, this is because Trump told people not to vote in the Georgia election, and I'm thinking, well, hang on. Let's take that in stock. Why, if that were true, that there's a lower GOP turnout, would we have voter precincts saying, "Oh, we're overwhelmed with ballots. We have to shut down and continue later on in the evening, or later on tomorrow." Why, if there's less ballots to be counted, are they having to not go through the entire election results tonight? That makes no sense either.
Yeah.
So I'm like, which do you want me to believe, that the Republicans aren't coming out, or that there's too much and that they have to, shut things down for the morning? I mean, it is 100% unfettered bullshit at this point. It's the exact same playbook that they did on the night of the election, and they were warned in a
Yep.
leaked telephone call.
Yeah.
And
This is insane.
yeah, it is. it's totally insane. And the reason that I wanted to, I actually didn't even want to talk about that on this stream. I wanted to make a whole different other video, but it's relevant. It's slightly connected. It is a slightly connected. Hi, Violence. Everyone, Violence's life is in the chat. Welcome, fair maiden. So, anyways, I was going to have a rant on Christian meekness, and you can see that in the title of the stream. Now, the reason why this is relevant to quote unquote Christian meekness is because do you actually know the original word for in Greek for meekness that they use in Scripture?
No, sir, I do not.
I'm probably going to butcher this word. It's praus, or it's Praus, I believe is how it's spelled. And it means, it's a description that the Greeks would give their war horses.
Okay.
Now, the reason why they would call their war horses meek is because these war horses would be able to, obviously, they're trained for war. They know how to gallop. They know when to charge. And yes, pros, very good. Thank you, Violence. And and they would train the horses, like, even though these horses were fearsome weapons of war, they were completely submissive to the masters and handlers that they were being led by. And it's also, if you listen to Jordan Peterson at all, this ancient Greek word was also the median between like extreme reckless abandon and the timid and the cowardly. It was the steady and courageous. And the way that Jordan Peterson explained it was the mentality of a soldier who is armed but did not feel threatened when he had to approach an unarmed civilian. Like, it was that level of confidence in his position of power that he didn't have to use excessive force. But he was still an armed soldier. And so the reason in my mind that I'm tying these two things together is the Christians have been meek enough, and it needs to be stated boldly and emphatically that this is the time when it's okay for you to charge.
Yeah.
This is no longer the time for you to sit by idly with your hand resting on your blade. No. You need to unsheath the bitch and get work. Because that is what a good Christian would do at this point. That is what any good patriot would do at this point. And the metric for meekness and keeping the sword sheathed is long overdue. That time has been expired, and to be quote unquote timid now is no longer meekness; it is simply weakness. And so that's where I think we're at right now. And that's why it's important for people to get this message out and to just be that voice of saying, look, it's okay to be pissed off. It is 100% valid to be a little irate, to be incredulous, to be livid. That's what you should be right now. So what's your take on this, sir? Because you're apparently new to this. You didn't have this information on hand.
Well, with the Georgia election going the way it is, so I'm going to assume it's going to go towards the Democrats, no matter what anybody wants at this point. It's not just time for Christians to, Americans, period, really. If you love freedom, there is no just siding with Christians. You have to side with all of America. And not just, the issue isn't just drawing the sword, but people are looking for someone to lead them to that point.
I would agree. And where it seems like we're running out of leaders. It looks like we're running out of time ago. Yeah, and it's a sad thing to behold. because of, well, A, censorship, and B, just rampant immorality. There are questions as to whether or not Pence will pull through. I actually saw on Parler Trump releasing a statement saying that all of the rumors about Pence not being on board are false, which is an interesting thing that he would feel that needed to be put out there.
Yeah.
But he has. But no, the reason that I'm saying this, to the Christians in general, is because there is a very gross phenomenon on people who claim Christian ethos in a way that Christian ethos was never meant to be represented. It just bothers me because they are part of, I guess, my tribe. They're kind of my people.
Yeah.
And so to hear them use scripture out of context and to use that as an excuse to cuck is inexcusable. That's the word for it. It's inexcusable at this point, to justify inaction because we're supposed to be quote unquote peacemakers. Well, you can't maintain peace without a blade.
Very true.
I don't know why Christianity doesn't understand this, that you maintain peace with a blade. That is true for every society. Enforce it in your own.
Yep.
And it's demonstrable. We've seen that when we stop putting down the blade, others pick it up against us. Why are we not responding in kind? Because
I don't know, man.
yeah, it's because we're cucked to this peacemaker's mentality of needing to be Christ-like at the sake of abandoning Christ, essentially.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at with this. So that's the Georgia situation. For those of you who have questions about what that is, we will gladly recap it. If you don't know what's going on, if you need a rehash of what's going on in Georgia, please comment in the live chat, and we will gladly go over all of that again. If anyone wants to join in the live stream, go ahead, jump on the Discord, go on to any other video, click the Discord link, and you can find the live stream in the general chat. So I like having viewers on the stream. Doesn't matter if you agree or not. I like having you on. So, so where do we go from here? The theory is, so do you have any thoughts on this at all? Like, do you have words for this yet?
Other than what the fuck, not much beyond that. I'm just 2020's been a dumpster fire. 2021 is starting to shape up to be a dumpster fire. Nothing but lies. I don't think we're at the point now where the Republicans have showed their true colors. They're not for the people. They're just for themselves. It's the same as the Democrats. No one's on our side. We are the only ones that are on our side. And Democrat, Republican are the same side of the damn coin. The two sides to the same damn coin. And it's not even enough to vote independent anymore because they're starting to pick up left-wing ways of speech. So
I know.
They're slowly bleeding over into their side of thinking, or at least acting. And it's getting to the point where eventually all of our ideas, all of our beliefs are going to get pushed out. And once that happens, never mind, we're at that point. Our beliefs and our ideas are being pushed out. We have no recourse to bring it back. There's no other options.
Well, there are no other options, and the fact of the matter is, the non-left now has to consider making gulags for the left. That has become a reasonable solution at this point, where we've sat back and realized, perhaps Mayan pyramids intensifies. Yes, 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 yes. That was a joke from Discord. If you want to in on that, join the Discord. Yes, Mayan pyramids intensifies. Indeed, indeed.
And we'll go
Oh,
back to the original way to play what the combination of soccer and football too.
maybe, but no. I saw a hilarious post from one of these so-called Christian apologists who said, if anyone asks why we lost in Georgia, I'm going to show them this. And what she showed was a video of an entire plane shouting "traitor" at Mitt Romney because he was going to go to D.C. to cast his vote for to represent for the electors.
Yeah.
So there was an entire plane shouting "traitor" at Mitt Romney, and this individual decided to say that she thought this was why we lost in Georgia. And I'm just shaking my head, going, "No, you don't get it.
You're
You
behind the
really
curve
don't
there.
get it." Yeah, you're like, read the fucking room. If
Yeah.
if there if there's an entire plane shouting "traitor" at Mitt Romney, it's not because people think Mitt Romney is some paragon and we're turning people off. That is the exact opposite reaction you should be having. It's
Yeah.
like, maybe if not for people like Mitt Romney, we would actually, not have a contested presidency where no one knows what the fuck is going on, and where people feel like the electoral process has been stolen right under their feet. I mean, have you seen there's some interesting polling. At least there's at least 50%, upwards of like 80% of Republicans who feel like the election was stolen. Okay, fine. Par for the course, whatever that metric is.
I'm
But
hoping you get to the other. Here we go. This is what I'm waiting for.
30% of Democrats believe the election was stolen in their favor.
Yeah, that's insane. If 30% of Democrats believe it, it's probably true.
Yeah, it's not just a PR campaign at that point. There might be, some substantial evidence to suggest that there was foul play, and it is amassed in such a manner that even some of the more honest of the opposing side have said, yeah, this looks sketchy as fuck. And either A, we don't care, or B, I have to reconsider my position.
Yeah.
And
And if
so
you're making
it's
people, and if you're so sketchy that you're making people reconsider their political party, yeah, nah, you got problems and you need to sort them out ASAP.
But yeah, and to me, it again, it goes back to this notion of the right being meek. Stop it. Like, it's not what you think it means. Just reassert your values. Like, why is it that we have the mainstay of this country feeling afraid to enforce what they think their country should look like, or what
And
their country
it gets better than that. Not only are they afraid to enforce what our country believes in, but now there are police that are going completely against the people that once upon a time were going, hey, blue lives matter. Now, if you're going against the Constitution, if you're going against the will of the people, you are an oath breaker and therefore human garbage.
Amen. I have no objections to that. I mean, any cop going against the right in their free speech and their right to protest and their right to assert themselves against the left, thy name is cannon fodder. Like, you are just another body in the way at this point, because you have no support on the left. Like, you are persona non grata. If you want to inflict that kind of same damage and ill will on the right, that's your grave. I mean, I have
Yeah,
no sympathy for you. I have no that is your lack of political awareness. That is your lack of pragmatism, and you should pay the price. I don't care if it's the
definitely.
ultimate price, because if someone is exercising their free speech and they're not being violent, and they're going up to whoever is in charge and afflicting them, that they are giving their grievance to, and you get in the way, I mean, the gloves are off. I mean, it's not like the right. I mean, it's not like the right was rioting. It's not like the right was burning down federal buildings. That's not how we operate. And yet you want to come up to us and say, no, sorry, you didn't get your permit, or it's been rescinded, or we're declaring a riot. Dude, fuck you. Fuck you. You deserve all the violence coming your way. At this point, the right simply needs to be unleashed. That's a new slogan: unleash the right.
Well, it's not just the right; it's everyone else that's in the middle too.
I mean, you are correct, but when I'm going to take this out of Don the Pleb's playbook, he says when he means the right, he means the non-left.
Yeah,
like everyone to the right of Mao is officially now the right.
yeah.
And so, my problem is people not, and like you, I understand that you needed to make that distinction, but for everyone else who needs that distinction made, wake the fuck up. Like, what is wrong with you that you cannot see the writing on the wall that you're that you're running out of options. Your answer in life is either going to be extremist leftist insanity or joining the Civil War.
Boog intensifies.
Boog intensifies indeed, but I'll be honest, like I'm getting weird vibes from the Boog boys. I'm getting weird vibes. I'm getting lefty vibes from the Boog boys.
Well,
and
it's not just lefty vibes. It's literally, it's not just burn the right. It's burn them all out.
Probably.
Because now even Proud Boys are getting in there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sure you've seen it, but Enrique Tarrio has been arrested.
Yeah, I don't. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, and
At least it wasn't for a hate crime.
well, let me be honest. I'm kind of pissed at him because, and I'm not saying he deserved it. I'm not saying this was coming up, but I am legitimately pissed at Enrique. He was arrested how many days before the rally? Like 1 or 2 days before?
I think he was actually arrested yesterday.
Yeah. Okay.
He got off a plane and they were waiting for his ass at the airport. They knew he was coming.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and apparently a mayor has banned him from ever coming back to the city ever again. Which I don't know. I don't know if that's even legal, but
of course it's not legal. It is not constitutional to forbid you from being at the state capitol where you can be politically active. That is in no way constitutional at all. And my whole grudge with this is, motherfucker, your job before a rally is to go dark. Like your job is to be as undescript and unseen as possible. And I didn't know he was actually taken off the airplane. Like I thought he was I thought he was pre-gaming because, Proud Boys.
So from what I understand, what happened is he walked off the plane and he was arrested.
Fuck.
So what I would do if I was in his shoes, I already know that they're going to be looking for me, especially after the last soiree burning a BLM flag. Yet should have drove in, dude.
Yeah, but you know what's hilarious is there's apparently a lawsuit suing the Proud Boys for burning the BLM flag, and I'm sitting here thinking, who exactly are your asses suing? Like,
yeah.
I don't know if most people know this, but there is no official Proud Boys Foundation.
Nope.
It doesn't exist. I don't know who you're suing. I don't know what organization you're going after. It would literally be it would literally be like trying to sue the Freemasons, except even more abstract. Like the Masons have independent lodges.
Yes.
There is very, very little connection in between them other than word of mouth and just real life networking. Outside of that, they have no organization that is legal and on paper that you can go after. I mean, we may as well as try to sue Antifa for looting and rioting.
Actually, I think that you would be able to sue Antifa easier than Proud Boys, because Proud Boys is just a very loose group of people all across the U.S. Like, there's not even a registration for who's in Proud Boys, whereas Antifa, you can find it if you know where to look.
Yeah. Hint, guys, there is a recruitment center in downtown Portland. Just FYI, I don't know if it's the same building it was in 2016, but it's still fucking there. I promise you.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And you know, wouldn't it be grand if they actually did try to sue Antifa, got all the information of their donors and those who were supplying them, the supply chain all the way up to big George Soros. Could you imagine the shit show of milking George Soros through suing Antifa? That would be amazing.
Yeah. Give me a second. I got to hop off. I got to put the retaining pin back in this pistol. It requires some banging. It'll be about 2 minutes at best.
All right, fair enough. Holy shit, I am alone on chat. How's everyone doing? So, in case y'all haven't figured out, the same bullshit that we got on the day of the election, all of the convenient shutdowns of Republican heavy areas or Democrat heavy areas, the Dominion voting machines in Georgia have conveniently been offline, or they were taken out due to electrical shortages. They're receiving ballots that were not, hey, disavowed. How's it going? And Stryker's here, guys. Go in the Discord. There's a there's a StreamYard link in the general chat in the Discord, right at the bottom. Can't miss it, man. So yeah, the same shit that happened during the election in general in November, same thing is happening tonight in Georgia, and it's just amazing. All right, this is special. Like, I've been trying to get this lady on stream. How's it going, Violence?
Hey.
Hey. Whoa, you were breaking up just a little bit. Try again. Hello.
Yellow.
How's it going, Spicy?
It's going. Just doing my functions check to make sure it works. And it works already.
Sweet. So we actually have Violence on the stream, which is pretty awesome. Glad she decided to stop on by.
What up?
Actually, I don't know what's up. She seems to be going bumping the night around here.
All right, I have to be really quiet.
So, have you put the kids to bed? Is that why you have to be quiet?
She's sleeping on me.
Okay, that interference is spicy.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. So we've also got Stryker on the way, and maybe we'll get disavowed. I don't know. So anyways, so yeah, we've got Shenanigans in Georgia. We've got and we have the we have today the later on today we will have the big Trump rally and the Pence count. So it's all happening today, guys. It's all happening later today. So we will see. We'll see what's going on. So how's it going, Violence?
Well, it figures that there's shenanigans in Georgia.
Yeah, I mean, who would have thought? Who would have thought that they would have tried the same thing so damn soon?
It's like, didn't a whole bunch of more people sign up to be poll watchers and poll workers?
Yes, you're right. And they also kicked them out of those same precincts. Like like they wouldn't allow the poll watchers in the same areas, like in the same buildings. You're right.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was another thing I forgot to mention. But yes, it is true. They kicked out poll watchers again. So yeah, we're just batting 1,000 here.
Oh my God. It's saying that Raphael Warnock won.
Mm-hmm.
Shyster Master Supreme. And again, just by barely.
Yeah, last time I checked, he was winning by what, 1,000 votes, and I'm like, that's going to close the gap. How's it going, Candy? Now it's Candy, right?
No, whoa, bro, no docs. What the fuck is your problem?
Hey, you told me you were going by another name.
My name is Minerva.
Okay, it's Minerva. It's Minerva. I apologize.
Wow.
I apologize.
I don't
My
even
bad.
know. Like, what the fuck are you?
Hey, I call it like I will edit that out. I swear to God.
It's
We'll put a
okay.
bleep in there. Honest mistake. Hand to
It's okay.
God.
We're good. What are you niggers up to?
Not much.
We are okay. How much have you been listening? How much do you know?
I don't know anything actually.
Okay, so in Georgia we have poll watchers being kicked out. We have we have them. We have them in live. We have them live on the day of this election, connecting the Dominion ballot machines to the internet to have the results altered.
Okay, so nothing has changed then. Got it.
Nope, not a
Everything
not a
is
goddamn.
still totally the same. Got it.
Everything is totally the same. 100% verbatim. Nothing has changed. No one
why
has
are we
learned
even
their
talking
lesson.
about it? Everyone just grab your guns. Let's get to the streets already. Like, fuck.
Okay. Here's why I'm talking about it.
Well,
I'm
may
fucking like, yes, Stryker.
Hey,
Was
if
that Stryker
they
or
do
Bebo?
something in an exact same no, Striker. If they
Go
do
on,
something in a pattern, you just documented it for the courts. If they repeated the exact same fraud over again, the exact same issue with the machine, so on and so forth. One scenario is the whole state gets tossed out. That means neither Biden nor Trump get those electoral votes. So even that's a win for the POTUS. Always think of it like a pro wrestling match that, the title stays with the champion if there's a disqualification.
Wait, pro wrestling? As in like WWE?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know
as
that
in
sounds
the,
silly, but hey, with Trump, that's it.
Yeah, the other choreographed shit we're sick of watching.
Yes, exactly. The two sides hate each other, but they have lunch together. Remember, that's the background I come from on top of my other hats that I wear.
It gets better than that. It gets better than that. They're kind of like doing coke with each other too.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The audience is caught on, so we're waiting to see if they do the exact same match over, and they did. They played the exact same game. So now we have more grounds for lawsuits and things of that nature. You guys might want to check out what Patrick Bryan's been saying. Italy looks like they're all up in our business with our servers in Europe too. So All roads lead
Yes,
to Rome, as they say.
yes, and Tiffany Trump had a very disturbing message where they were like on air in this phone call, like saying a prayer because their lives were in danger or some of that interesting bullshit, where like they were literally like about to get stung or something to that effect.
And it doesn't surprise me. The swamp, there's a lot of Vatican influence in the swamp, a lot of influence of other factions from MI6 to Mossad. So many, like, if you guys look into who actually owns the real estate in DC, there's over 10% of the real estate's owned by the Saudis, for example. So if they wanted to have a jihadi, you know, a little quote unquote ISIS member, and it's just some dummy in a, you know, bomb vest, you know, they could plant him there and they could blame the Saudis. Or it could be, oh, it's a Trump supporter who was radicalized, and then they could blame, you know, the POTUS's base. That's the problem with our capitals. Instead of our capital having outside influence kept out of it, all the influence is there, and it divides the country up appropriately into feuding factions.
I've already called that they're going to make a Proud Boy assassinate Joe Biden. Like and it's not going to be real, of course, but like in before, Proud Boys did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Well,
No joke.
And that's how they're going to get Kamala Harris in, though. You know, they have to get their girl in, and she's going to take away all of our guns. And what better way to do it than to have a Proud Boy in a MAGA hat assassinate Joe Biden after he talked about them in the debates? He didn't bring them up for no reason.
Well, her newest stunt is that she claimed she was in a stroller, was knocked out of her stroller as a kid, and her first words were freedom, which is exactly Martin Luther King.
Freedom.
Right?
She got it half right. It was dumb for sure.
Nothing about her is real. Everything about her is fake.
It's all
She's
about
a real
stage
bitch.
show.
That's the only thing that's real about her.
Well, I mean, it's how do I put this? And this connects to my other part of this stream that I wanted to cover. I wanted to cover Christian meekness, which is something that we need to actually embrace in the original definition. To be meek was to be strong but reserved and held back. And it's time for Christians to, you know, embrace that meekness and realize the time to hold back is over. It's now time to reinforce your values. Come again?
Cry havoc, heathens.
Yeah.
Yes.
Trump
So-
supporters clashed with police in D.C. protest ahead of Wednesday's planned rally 2 hours ago.
Wait, what?
Trump supporters clashed with police in D.C. protest ahead of Wednesday's planned rally.
Oh yeah, I saw all that. Of course.
Yep, I saw that too. Like, again, why are the police getting in the way of the right wing? Like, since when has the right wing ever had anything bad to say about the cops until literally this week?
They were keeping people from advancing, like down the street, literally intervening in people's rights.
If I may, if you guys saw the footage yesterday, the police escorted white charter vans of Antifa into DC, and that was one of the issues as to why the Proud Boys and the Trump supporters and everyone wanted to advance. They wanted to see, you know, they wanted to get closer to the charter vans so they could get the license plates and things like that. So yeah, the police of DC, the Capitol Police, they're not regular police, remember, they were there to escort Antifa into town. That should tell you whose side the Capitol Police are on.
Of course.
Well,
Sorry,
You know, they still haven't solved Seth Rich. So what does that tell you?
All of DC is enemy territory at this point.
Yep.
yeah, and I've pretty much said, you know, if you're a cop and you're getting in the way of the right wing, I mean, what are you now if not cannon fodder? I mean, what more do you expect? What more do you deserve? And I'm being honest.
Agreed.
Like,
Red coats. They're red coats at this point.
exactly.
They're unionized.
Well, DC is not. Remember,
should be
District of
treated as a red
Columbia
coat.
is not part of the U.S. It is
Tar
foreign occupied
and
soil.
Sorry.
Come again, Mins.
I was just saying tar and feather. That's the solution to
Well, yes, yes.
The
Do you know
solution
for-
is secession.
We've been over this, Bebo. Succession is
And
not
I'm
an
gonna
option.
keep repeating it because that's what it is.
It's not an option. We don't need secession. We need brutal conquering.
No, we do need secession.
Thank
Like
you.
complete and
And
total.
Yes, but the problem
this
they
is
won't
where
let
I
us
have
leave.
to be the, if I may, I have to be the stick in the mud here. Secession's already something they plan for. The more divided up things are, the more they can be controlled because they become atomized, just like all of us being stuck in our homes instead of able to assemble in groups. The fact is, we need to assemble, yes, but not in warfare, but within the courts, lawfully form assemblies and take the power from them with their own loopholes.
As long as the
You know,
Federal
that's
Reserve
something.
That's what
exists,
they're doing to us.
there's absolutely no way in hell that that's even a remote possibility, though.
What you're
Well, here's the
suggesting
thing, my
we
people
do is
perish
what
for
they're
lack of
doing to
knowledge.
us. What you're
Yes,
suggesting
you
we do is
turn
what
their
they're
own dynamic on them.
Yeah,
You guys have to
I'm
remember,
sorry.
Kent State massacre in the history books. They already show the National Guard will shoot on civilian protesters. So don't think that because these guys guard the federal corporate government that they're getting paid by we the people. No, they're getting paid by the corporation that taxes we the people. So there's enough of a distance. They look at it as, hey, if they got to take you down, it's their job. They're not going to look at it personally. You got to remember,
Well,
they're not even
that's
swearing an oath
that's
to the
why I
same
say
constitution you
secession.
think they are.
Well,
Sorry, say that again.
here's my thing is we're talking about politics and economic geopolitical solutions. Why not
There
just
is
use
no
plain old
political
force?
solution.
I said geopolitical, like, drawing boundaries of state lines and whatnot. I mean, why not just use raw force? I mean, what is stopping the right from taking over town halls and Congress and Supreme Court?
Consequences.
The right is
Consequences.
stopping the right.
Exactly.
Huh?
Consequences.
The right is stopping the right.
I agree. They need to stop that
Well,
nonsense.
if I may, gentlemen, this is where you got to think tactically. We already have. It's not going to be blue helmets coming in. We already have enough people within our country at over 3% population to be an occupying UN force. Ever since the 90s, we've been training side by side with UN assets. I've seen it on my Marine drill weekends and things like that I used to do. Now, I need to also inform you, we have the Chinese up there in Canada. All of us have been worried about that, but I'm also being tipped off that we have the Chinese up in Alaska as well. So it may not even be a matter of a civil war and they invade the continental U.S.
Oh, no.
What happens if
It's
they
coming.
were to break us off from Alaska?
There's war coming with China. Let me tell you that. That's a big one that's coming. That's going to be the big one. The one that they've been waiting for.
You don't get it. The Civil War is with China because the left will celebrate them
Yes.
coming in.
No, there's a real war
Yes,
with
they will,
China.
but here's where it gets bigger. If we go hot, it justifies the UN intervention, which means China can go hot. Now, here's where you got to understand. If we are split off from Alaska, the Alaska Strategic Oil Reserve that we opened up so we could be the world's #1 oil supplier is immediately cut off by way of sea if China uses their navy, which is almost equal to ours, and by land if Canada and China keep us from going up the Pacific coast to get those oil reserves. So you see, they will cut that oil off, and that right there tanks our market and our sales of the oil. You guys got to think like we're playing a game of Risk, and at the moment, we got very few pieces on the board.
Well, then you got war with Canada also. You're talking about.
Who's afraid of?
Yeah,
the
and the problem with Canada is Canada still.
Canada would have to be
the Canucks who like
retarded to side with China.
Not at all. They're socialists. They get along quite well. And on top of that, they're under the Crown. And the Crown is one of the folks who helped put the Chinese communists in place, using our CIA as the tool. That led to the formation of the John Birch Society. It's funny how this goes back in history and loops back to today, you know?
Yep.
That is actually very interesting to think about. If World War happens, is Canada going to be on our side or not?
No.
Just
No.
very interesting.
No, because
No,
Canada
neither
is
is
essentially
Mexico.
going to. No, I think
Oh.
Canada would be like the Pakistan of the North American continent.
I don't
Well,
know.
Yeah.
I
We
mean,
would be fighting proxy wars in Canada, unironically.
They've got too much to lose, though, if they lose us as an ally.
Well, if we do
You
go
have
to
to
war
remember,
against
Canada
Canada,
has a bunch of.
well, if we went to war against Canada, that would be the greatest. That would be the greatest feat to make us isolationist again, and it might actually work in our favor. I mean, let's say we lose Alaska and we focus just on like the Texas oil supply. I mean, who do you think would come off victor in there?
us.
Yeah,
Do you guys know
hands
what
down.
Canadian? Do you know what Canadian military power is?
It's a boat fighting over one island for a bottle of schnapps.
Close, might as well be. So, the current authorized strength for Canadian Armed Forces is 71,500 regular forces and 30,000 reserve forces. We have way more than what they have for both their sides combined together in just reserves alone.
Well, if what Stryker's saying is true, they would have Chinese troops back.
Well, I'll be honest, guys. When
Now,
we're talking
added
about war
bonus.
with other nations, I'll be completely honest. I think
I never.
I think an aggressor on American soil would be the best factor of uniting the country right now than any other force right now.
Yes.
That's
Like-
never going to happen.
I mean, please, China, come on over and
That's
and
never
find
gonna
out.
happen.
Dude, I'm calling their bluff anyway. If Trump takes this, these young liberals are not going to fight for Joe Biden. It's not going to happen.
Well, even if they did symbolically for a couple weeks or months, let's face it, the backlash against Trump losing would be far greater.
If we go to war with China, that war is not going to be boots on the ground. Let me tell you that. It just it's going to be completely technological war. We will shut each other's shit down.
Not
There
just
will be no
that.
boots on the ground.
Not just that, but it would be a lot of naval and air engagements. And
We
They
were
can't
mess with us
shit
and-
out.
On the water and in there. No way.
do what?
They can't compete with us.
They can't compete with us at all. We are so fucking superior to them. We will take their shit out. Trust me.
Maybe
And I
8
can't
years
wait
ago-
for it.
May I?
Maybe 8 years ago, yes, but now, no.
Well,
Oh,
let-
no.
let- well, no,
They're
no,
damn near
no.
equal
Let's
footing.
Oh no,
Hang
they are
on.
not.
hang on.
They are
Let's
not.
be honest. Let's be honest. The reason why the establishment, the global homos want Biden in power is to avoid Chinese aggression.
Yep.
And I say, you know what? Bring it the fuck on. Bring on Chinese aggression. The Chinese don't want war with us. They fucking know better. I think Minerva is absolutely right. I think that if the Chinese tried to take on U.S. forces, yeah, they have these great military parades, but compared to our shit, they're out of date. They're rusting. They're falling apart. Their army has never actually tried and like been battle tested. The United
know-
States
May
Army.
I?
Go ahead.
May I?
Years ago,
Yeah.
I read a
India
few
right now would
articles.
kind of disagree with that. They're butting heads again over there in the Himalayas. China has already occupied Nepal and Bhutan, and they've displaced the natives and said that these natives were never here. It's always been Chinese population. So the Western perspective of China being backwards is incorrect. They have been hacking our Pentagon since 1997, and Clinton did nothing about it. Hillary has been selling them State Department secrets to the unsecure server. They have our stealth ships and they have our F-35 Raptor. It's just they have the cheaper Chinese steel to make them with. So they are very close to us technologically wise. Plus they have access to EMP technology, and some are also theorizing they have access to HARP technology. And I'm not saying that to make it sound like a boogeyman, but China,
The
the
F-35 is
Anglo-American
nothing compared to the
establishment.
F-17 though. We've got shit that is well superior to the F-17 though, and they've got nothing that even pales to the F-17.
You're a little behind. We're not at F-17. We're at 18.
I'm talking. They don't even have that though. The Chinese don't have any of that.
The thing I'm trying to say is the
Well,
Anglo-American establishment built China. They built China up to be their against the U.S. because they eventually plan. The thing is, China's off of Britain's no longer take orders from the crown. So the crown's influential, but China, it's its own entity. The only thing really keep check, ironically, is Russia's presence, and Russia occasionally drills with them. Now, what I left out of what I was saying earlier is Russians are also amassing in Alaska as well. If Russia does not stay neutral and comes out against us, that idea of severing Alaska off becomes reality, because when we get the warming in the Bering Strait they project for the next 20 years, we're going to have the land bridge to Russia again along the Bering Strait, which means we will have a highway to all that oil.
Okay, so if Russia joins China, find your bomb bunker and get in it.
Yeah, kiss your, you know what's goodbye.
Yeah.
Well, no. Just find your bomb shelter, get in it, and wait for the fallout, because that's exactly where that war would head. There's no other place for it to go, because logistically speaking, Russia can't survive an attrition war sending ground troops. Both China and Russia couldn't survive that tactic.
Nope.
And they know they couldn't survive that tactic.
There's a way to neutralize, including the nukes when they're in the air. That's the EMP weapons. So
I was just about to say that.
EMP while the fleet's in the Pacific, they're just sitting in the water. You know, you blast an EMP somewhere near the Canadian Pacific coast.
China have?
I'm sorry, what was that?
How many aircraft carriers does China have?
That's where they're lagging. We have about, 30 now?
We have 11.
So we cut them down since World War II.
11, they have 2.
Okay.
Okay, so
how many are...
How are they going to strike our homeland? With 2 aircraft carriers?
By putting their assets here. That's what people don't realize. All the foreign exchange students who overstay their visa, why would you overstay your visa? You're done with your classes, right?
They have the
Think about that.
technology to shut our freaking electrical grids down with like EMP technology.
We have that too.
And the grids are not secure from attacks. They have literally, you guys forgot, in NorCal, they had people taking pot shots at a power grid, at a transformer with rifles. This was back before POTUS had sworn in. They were already trying to set up false flags of attacks on power grids.
Yeah, but see, if they do that to us, we're going to do it to them.
All right, guys, take it away. I have to step away for a few minutes. Just keep the audience entertained.
As it stands right now, this coming from the Pentagon, the PRC has the largest navy in the world with an overall battle force of approximately 350 ships and submarines, including over 130 major surface combatants. In comparison with the U.S. Navy, we have 293 ships as of early 2020.
Yeah, but they have 2 aircraft carriers.
Yes, they have 2 aircraft carriers, one cruiser, 32 destroyers, 49 frigates, 37 corvettes, 37 amphibious transport docks, 21 medium landing ships, which means nothing to us. This is the important part, though. This is where we really outpace them in this category here. Diesel attack submarines, 46. We don't have any diesel attack submarines. Nuclear attack subs, they have 6, which is duck fart compared to what we have. Ballistic missile submarines, 4. And then they have 86 coastal patrol missile boats. So all told, when it comes to submarine warfare, they are way the fuck under par. And if there's anywhere where we could pin them down at, it is with submarine warfare. And not just to mention the overlap coming from the Air Force too, with the Poseidon sub attack 747.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, we were talking about how the Western world needs to pull its head out of, America needs to pull its head out of its ass and stop voting Democrat or Republican and punch them both in the dick.
Yeah. Well, I think the biggest threat is in our own nation, our own people. I'm not scared of China. Now China could give the left tactical support. I mean, they could import weapons to the left. They could import food to the left. I could see that happening because the left control all the port cities.
On that note, I've got some friends in weird places, and I'm hearing from the grapevine over towards the West Coast that they've been finding mystery shipping containers sitting in a lot of ports with random Chinese firearms in them. And I don't mean Chinese firearms for the civilian market. Like, these shipping containers are mislabeled and filled with automatic weapons.
Interesting.
I haven't heard anything.
So who wants to bet that we'll find more shipments from more ballots shipped from China this time around?
I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking if China is to do a land invasion, the most probable way to do it is through sleeper cells.
Well, we do have high members of Congress sleeping with their escorts, so with their spies.
Yeah.
So it's
Well,
it's,
when you're like a 4 and the chick is at least a 6, you probably really can't complain since you're a fugly son of a bitch.
yeah. So yeah. So where did Stryker run off to?
We should get rid of every single member of Congress, and we should just militarize the entire government and just go to total war. If we're going to be a warring nation, we might as well just totally embrace it and get rid of the pigs that are useless and do nothing in our country. Just have it totally militarized.
Oh,
Fuck it.
Well, now that you say that, we do have an interesting topic in conquering Mexico.
Yes.
Manifest destinies down south.
We're going to pay all these fucking useless fat pigs in Congress to do absolutely nothing. Might as well just put actual military geniuses in there and go fuck the world up.
Well, you know what? I actually had a plan. Like, if I ever plan to run for president, like my first act after inauguration or right after being elected was to go to Marine boot camp and no bullshit, just pick up my own platoon, just train with them and have my own private squad.
Why not?
I mean, that's what a president should do. If you're going to be the
That's what a
commander in
president
chief,
should do. Seriously,
be the
exactly.
commander in fucking chief. I mean, you should make your bones training with your own and have them as your own
Exactly.
Make them have your own personal buddies.
If they're going to call you the boss, you might as well be the fucking boss.
We need a military president again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If this don't all hash out, I would want to see Michael Flynn.
Yeah. He's
Mad
up
Dog
there.
Mattis.
No, Mad Dog cucked on us. I'm actually pissed about that still.
We need to freaking bring back Patton, Eisenhower.
He actually Mattis. Now, correct me if I'm mistaken, but wasn't Mattis part of the group of generals who essentially told Trump, "No, we still want to be in the Middle East"?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big problem for me.
Well, he's a fucking Marine. What do you expect? Marines want to fight. That's all they know.
Did you see all 10 past defense secretaries signed a note warning Trump not to use military force?
Yes.
Well,
and it's not just that. It's not just a warning to Trump, but it's a warning to all other military personnel too.
And just for a side note laugh, the Libertarian Party honored John Bolton with a lifetime membership.
What the fuck?
Are you shitting me?
Hang on. Hey, whoa. The NAP cucks, the NAP cuckolds,
right?
are telling me that they are going to honor. They're going to honor the Warhawk John Bolton with a lifetime membership to their party.
Dude, this is the
The
world.
nap is a spook.
Clown.
Oh my god. Oh, that's that makes my night. John Bolton, honorary member of the NAP cuck party. Oof.
I know. I
Oof.
laughed so hard.
They went full retard, bro. You never go full retard.
When was that put out?
2 days ago. I'll find the link and I'll share it.
Yes, please do, because my God, that is mwah. That is delicious. we need to meme this shit. Like, what the fuck? What were they thinking?
This is
Oh
nuts. you can get more relevant and accurate news from memes than you can the actual news.
Oh, it is truly astounding. It is. We live in special times. We live in special times.
times.
Is that the puppy violence?
What is happening?
That's an angry baby.
Oh,
Is that a baby or a dog? Oh, it's a baby.
Oh, it's a bairn. It's a bairn. Yes.
No, I'm a cry.
Look, Heidi, Heidi's gotta cook.
Thank you for that wholesome moment, violence. That was...
I'm gonna cry. I'm so drunk right now. What are you putting a baby in my face?
Yes.
Press releases.
Oh boy.
Only on Carnal Stream can we get babies and war talk.
I love it.
This is what I live for.
You have to make sure to edit my name out, by the way.
I
Just
will.
remembering that.
I will.
Cool.
I will definitely endeavor to do this.
If they could just find you by that name, that would be impressive.
Yeah. I don't trust Telegram anymore. There's a reason why I had to delete my account and disappear, okay?
I believe you. I honestly believe you. And yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked.
I'm really done with everyone. I'm over it. I'm not going to vent about that now, though, especially to 5 of you. 4 of you.
Yes.
Well, on the upside, give it about 20 minutes after this stream. I'll probably forget about it. TBI is a bitch like that.
Good.
Yep. Oh,
I'm
Minerva,
super happy.
if you want like real shits and giggles, come join the Discord. I know you don't have it, but
I'll download it.
Get it just for mine because we have fun in there. We even have a dungeon.
There's a dungeon?
There's a dungeon.
Holy shit. All these people that are on right now, you guys are all on Telegram, yes?
No, what is Telegram?
No. Oh, fuck. Okay.
No, they are all on my Discord. That is where we be.
No one's on Telegram?
No, it doesn't sound like it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
Telegram.
But I barely use it.
Yeah, Telegram is where you will find Minerva. It's where you find Milo. It's where you find most of the Proud Boys chats, which are proudly described as AIDS infested, by the way, by the Proud Boys. They are, in fact, AIDS infested. We do call our good times AIDS.
What the fuck is Proud Boys?
Did you see Milo came out and encouraged people not to go? Or you discourage people to go?
I'm not surprised. It's a reasonable position.
To DC.
I think the Fed showed up to Milo's door today, actually. So yeah, I would assume he would tell people not to go when the Feds are knocking on his door.
Yeah, that would put a damper on anyone's plans.
Like,
fuck the Feds.
He's not. Is he a citizen? Did he get his citizenship?
No. I think he's still on like either a visa or an expired visa. I don't know.
No,
which.
he's on a visa. He does shit legal. He's legit.
Okay.
Milo's a good boy.
Well, I'm good that Milo is a legal immigrant.
He is.
So
I hope I didn't get trolled by a satire site because I can't find that article.
Oh no, it's true. I am on his Telegram. It is legit. But
no, I'm saying the John Bolton and LP.
Oh my God, that would be. If it was Babylon B, I'm gonna laugh at you forever.
You know what? That's the last place I looked. I need to go look at Babylon B.
That sucks. I wanted that to be true so bad.
I know.
Me too. Right? Or the Onion.
Oh my gosh. So where the hell was I going with this?
What the hell?
I had a thought.
So the Babylon Bee, your trusted source of Christian news.
Hey, they have been right. They have been rather prophetic in their satire turning reality.
Hey, tabloids are lit, bro.
Extreme News Show has Bear Grylls trying to survive a day in a New York nursing home. That's fucking legit.
Oh my god. Oh.
Oh, that's great.
My goodness. But no, to be perfectly blunt, I think Mrs. Cardinal would be perfectly legitimately upset with Mr. Cardinal if he decided to get arrested at DC because he didn't heed the warnings of the dangerous faggot. I mean, if my ass landed in a cell because I went to DC after being warned, yeah, she would be filing, and she would have every right to do so. I am the sole breadwinner of this family, so it would make sense.
Point, just going to rallies at all, there's really no point when you know that the system is set up against you. Everything is set up against you. They're going to fucking like look what they're doing to the Proud Boys right now. They did not bring them up in the debates for no reason. They are going to demonize these men, and it's going to be absolutely horrendous to witness because I know that most of them are really good dudes. And
you know what would be great if Enrique didn't listen to the order and showed up with the president tomorrow.
Ooh, yes.
Ooh. I mean, I would expect Trump to do something like break Enrique out and just have beers with him on the White House with a bunch of Proud Boys. That would be base as fuck.
Yeah.
In fact, I would hope now that this is not breaking news. This is just Cardinal bullshitting off the top of his head. I would not be surprised if Trump just as a surprise thing just pulled Enrique on top of the stage at his rally in DC just to just to fucking mess with people. Hey, Alex in the comments, just saw you there. But no, I wouldn't be surprised, and it would be rather heart-stirring to see Enrique pulled out of jail and at Trump's rally in spite of all the things. But again,
Enrique's out.
All the things.
He's out already?
Yeah, he's out. He was just ordered to leave DC.
It's all never mind. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, they ordered him, the judge ordered him to leave DC.
Okay, so what would the judge do if Trump had Enrique there? Like, what exactly would happen here?
I guess they could revoke his bond and hold him until his trial for burning this sign.
With what army?
I know, for a misdemeanor. What a joke.
No, I mean literally, with what army?
Yeah, but he's a former felon, so he does have a background.
Yeah, but still, with what army? I mean, technically, Flynn and Roger Stone were in the same boat, although for different reasons. But it could still be done.
He wasn't even just hauled in for the flag burning either. He was hauled in for 2 high-capacity feeding devices. So really large fucking spoons.
Wait, what?
Okay. 2 large feeding devices. So what was in?
He had apparently 2 high-capacity magazines on his person, so the story goes.
What?
Why do I press X for doubt?
Yeah, that's what the news was saying, but we all know the news.
Yeah, I heard they planted it on him. There's rumors of that, conspiracies.
You don't say, Bebo. I mean, it's about as that's about as solid as a Smartmatic being. My God, no.
I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, in terms of a former felon, you're not supposed to have any type of ammunition or firearm on you. So.
Yeah, and
Mm.
I'm pretty sure Enrique's aware of that fact, and he
No,
would
he
have.
is. I know he is. So that's why
Yeah.
I'm very suspicious about this, actually.
Yeah,
May I?
I'm gonna call bullshit. Free Enrique. He
I-
did nothing wrong.
Mm.
If I may,
Mhm.
I heard about Enrique getting charged for the Antifa flag being burned, but the magazines, now that's news to me. So is it not just possible the police planted some evidence like they tend to do in other cases just to make an
That-
example of him?
I'm
Absolutely.
that is the
looking at it
leading
right
theory.
now.
Yeah, that is the prevailing theory right now. I don't think Enrique would in any way, shape, or form show up to a rally that he's organized armed. I
And
think
that leads into the conspiracy that Proud Boys gonna assassinate Joe Biden when he gets into office. So to lead into Kamala Harris becoming president and taking away all our guns. They're conditioning the people.
Precisely.
first they take your vote, then they take your guns.
But
Boom, when?
they're
Yep.
conditioning you. They're conditioning you, like putting Proud Boys in relation to guns and ammunition, and so they're just putting it in your head. So when it happens, you're just like, oh yeah, of course that would happen.
Yeah, that's a crock of shit, and I'm sorry, but after they delegitimize the vote and say, "Oh, we're going to take your guns," is when you go, "I think I'm going to keep them." I
No,
think
but
these
I'm
stay with
saying
me.
it's all social conditioning to lead up to their agenda, though. They need to get their agenda.
I did find that the Libertarian Republic, that's what's his face's paper, right? That one guy, but it is satire. Yeah, it was satire.
Damn.
Aw.
Okay.
Damn
So
it,
I
people! You
found-
got my hopes up.
Yeah, Libertarian Republic. That's Austin Peterson, right?
Okay,
God
so
damn it!
So I found with AP News that
the now still a spook.
he was also facing a weapons charges after officers found him with 2 high-capacity firearm magazines when he was arrested, a police spokesman said, or bloviated out his ass, either which way.
Yeah, because
That
Yeah, I
doesn't
don't-
even make sense. You can't even bring any firearms into fucking DC, and he doesn't have any anyway. Like, what the fuck? That doesn't make any sense.
If
So,
I
I
may,
know.
the firearm. He was just bringing the magazines.
But why would he have magazines if he doesn't have a firearm?
Yeah, that's highly sus. And I'm sorry, but the only high capacity weapon Enrique has on his person is his goddamn megaphone. Seriously.
And his arms.
And his what?
if I may, here's
Arms
a question. If we can get farther into that case filing, do they say whether the magazines had ammunition in them or not? If there's no ammunition in them, then that's clearly a planted item.
Yeah.
It says nothing about
pocket
ammo
it.
in there.
Precisely. You can pocket an empty magazine easily, and no one will notice until, oh, whoops, look what's in his backpack. Whereas if you have a rounds in them, there's some weight to the magazine, and it'll make some more noise when you put it into something.
Yeah.
So it sounds to me like some skunk works type business is already underway there.
And before,
Oh.
Proud Boys did not assassinate Joe Biden. No matter what they try to tell you, didn't happen.
Yeah. The Proud
No,
Boys
it'll
false
be
flag
spook.
incoming.
Yeah. While I'm thinking of it too, guys, I'm going to pull up this HR that was allegedly signed on the 5th. I'm going to throw this at you. I was going to do it in Chase the Patriots chat, but he wasn't taking calls tonight. HR, let me see, that is HR 6435, the Combating Pandemic Scams Act of 2020. So, make a long story short, this HR is saying that, yeah, if you're caught doing scams, regarding COVID, they're going to fine you and this and this and this. And I'm realizing, wait, they've been demonizing anyone with natural cures for COVID. So this means anyone who has hydroxychloroquine, who promotes vitamin C or any of that, it's an HR, it's a House resolution. We know the Democrats came up with this.
Yeah.
The confusing part is supposedly POTUS has signed this as of the 5th. So he may have
But
thought,
how-
it's a good.
Vitamin C,
Yeah.
how are we supposed to combat scurvy? Those sons of bitches.
Well, no.
Well,
Here's the thing, though. They don't want you to have natural remedies. They want to force you on the vaccine, so any other cure through the media will be labeled a scam, as they've already been trying.
Well, hang on. This is a little bit of obfuscation. Didn't Trump also already sign or include in the bill to pass COVID that any misuse of government funds, or if the hospitals were found fraudulently making or taking money from the government, falsely claiming that certain deaths were in fact caused by COVID, that Trump had the right to audit them and take control of the Federal Reserve?
Well, they already did that.
Pages.
The hospital. Well, here's the thing: the hospitals have been caught doing that. Why do you think Big Pharma would want Trump out? Because now they would have to give all that money back.
Exactly.
So he's got very powerful enemies with this stuff.
Well, and doesn't this wouldn't this just technically give him more leeway in executing that order?
I would say yes, but I always look at things as jujitsu, that they have the good and the bad. I would see this, for example, as they might turn this as a way, say, to take out InfoWars supplements, to take out BioTrust or the other different brands that are out there that promote, whether it would be nano silver or whatever you think is your cure. If it works for you, it works for you. But they're going to be like, oh, this is a scam. They'll somehow link it to COVID as their excuse to take down all these nutraceuticals, all these all these holistic medicines, maybe even the cannabis industry they'll go after with it. So I see a big application of this.
Look, when it comes to a cure, nobody realized that the big cure is a combination of sauerkraut and acid.
Amen.
I don't know. Do you mean stomach acid? Because straight edge guys like me are going to have a little bit of trouble with that.
Yeah, me too. Don't worry about it. Just sauerkraut. Sauerkraut cures everything.
Well,
but they're already investing heavily into the medical marijuana industry, so I don't think that is going to be affected too much.
Agreed.
Yeah, well, Soros has fingers in the medical marijuana as well now, so anything he puts his fingers in seems to be off limits.
But religion is the opiate of the masses, gentlemen. Remember that. Religion is the opiate of the masses.
Oh, no. I actually have a meme where it shows like 5 different, things. It's the Coomer in the middle, and you have Pornhub on the top left. You have underneath it, it says literal opioids, and it shows the pills on the lower left, or it would be our left, but on the lower right, it shows, the cannabis leaf. Then it shows up on another one, the NFL logo. Like, I wish there was a way, chats, we could post the memes as we go, because, like, I have to minimize chat tab just to see the HR that I was reading off to you. There's a whole bunch of others that just got passed too that make me raise an eyebrow. And then there's this stuff circulating, supposedly sourced to the Italian Ministry of Health, where they're saying that the COVID, what they finally did against the WHO, they finally did an autopsy on a COVID patient. And in that autopsy, the virus or whatever it is, it was causing blood clots. But this is one of those, they traced it to 5G type things. So what they're saying is to treat it, they realize you could, to treat it and get it under control, you could use aspirin, blood thinning type medicines, and that would allow the clots to dissolve. And I'm looking at that like, okay, it's Italian Ministry of Health as a source. Now, I don't read Italian, and that means I got to send someone to do the homework for me. So, it's been a long time since I've read any Latin either, or Greek. So,
but what about all the countries that have tested for COVID on fruits and shit like that, and inanimate objects, and it's all been tested positive for COVID?
Or the goats. Well, that's the thing. If this COVID is supposed to be so bad and transports by cardboard, why is Amazon still open with their cardboard boxes?
Exactly.
When you care enough to send the very best.
No, this is my problem, because I as a Christian, I'm in a bunch of Christian forums, and they're talking about, like, the last day prophecies and God's plagues. I'm sitting here going, you guys, I'm sorry, but unless you have bodies piling on the curb like the Black fucking Plague, let's not let man-made paranoia get in the way of the majesty of, God's wrath. Like, let's not minimize this.
Let me add to what you're saying, though. The great delusion, I think, is the COVID delusion. I think I told you guys a week or two ago, I went to see my extended Lucha Libre family in Orange County for Christmas, drop off gifts, and the whole time they were like standoffish because they think I'm going to get them sick. Why am I going to? I'm not going to get them sick. I'm healthy. I even did the courtesy. This baklava that I wear at my site, I had that with me, so I pulled it up over my nose when they were looking all nervous. I'm like, look, I'm covered up. You're good.
Hang on, I'm getting a shot of Violence's life's cam, and we're getting a nice view of butcher knives on the wall. I'm very impressed. That is some that is some nice security measures. Yes.
It definitely beats my baseball bat by the door.
I love it. Like I am very that is some top-notch home security. Like no bullshit.
Nah, bro. You should see the swords.
I'm sure I do. All right, guys. Any final comments before we close? This has been about an hour and 20 minutes. Let's.
Yes, actually. So I dug into the two magazines. Two extended gun magazines were found on Enrique, each capable of holding 30 rounds of .223 caliber AR-15 compatible ammunition. Oh, so you mean standard mags, you fucking gimp. But anyways, apparently they were adorned with Proud Boy logos, and Enrique said he makes them and sells them to people and had a buyer lined up in D.C.
Okay, so
nothing.
That was stupid. That was just straight up stupid. What the hell was he thinking?
Well, that's the thing. Out of this whole article, everything that he says is quoted except for that area.
Oh my God.
Everything's in quotations except for that area.
Oh, good Lord.
So I don't know about this. This might also be more creative interpretation by the media.
Fantastic. All right. Anyone else got any last comments before we wrap this up?
Yeah, definitely. And I was going to expound on it a little bit earlier. You guys might have heard me talk about it before. We got 4 boxes. We got the soap box. We got the bullet box. We got the ballot box, and we got the jury box. A lot of you guys need to educate yourselves on the jury box aspect. national-assembly.net. We have resources, and if not what we have on that, we still have other Patriot articles in our forums that folks can look at and understand that like with what's happening with Enrique right now, he's going to be railroaded in this because he went into a place, like I said earlier, it's foreign territory. He went into a place thinking he's going to have his regular rules apply. You can show up like the people will tomorrow with your flags and your signs and everything, and it's good for optics, but at the end of the day, it doesn't get legislation passed and it doesn't get anything done. You got to actually put notices on the desk of a judge. You got to put a lien on a bond of a sheriff or whatever you got going on. If people don't know what they're doing, they're just making noise. What you do with these events is you network and you say, hey, what state are you from? Da, 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 da. And you get stuff going. We just got Alaska on the board, guys. California, I just got 30 people out here in Riverside County that just popped up. They're doing affidavits, so I'm worried they may be outside my reach, because once you put yourself in the legal system with lawyers and stuff, you're stuck in the legal system. If you go into constitutional law and you operate there, you can actually pull yourself out of the legal system. So I'm inviting you guys, just take a look at the knowledge. I'm not making money off it. No one makes money off of it, except maybe the occasional notary public that has to stamp our documents, or the occasional court filing fee. So, if no one's making money off of it, yet we've been working on this stuff since, even before 2012, maybe there's a reason we're doing it.
And on that note,
I'll leave it at that,
me, Stryker. You know me, Stryker. You're always welcome back on my soapbox. Again, it's national-assembly.net. All right, Bebo.
Yep.
Take it away.
Disavowedpodcast.com, and I'm on YouTube too.
All right, Minerva.
Oh, I don't have anything to plug. I just want to wish everyone safety tomorrow. I hope all Patriots come home safe. Come home with your shields.
All right, amen to that. And Violence, one last sound off.
I have a blog, but I need to work on it.
All right. So that's it, guys. And stay carnal and God bless everyone. Have a good one. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.